This is Michigan Stadium, famously known as the Big House. Located in Ann Arbor, Michigan, it's not just the largest stadium in the United States, capable of hosting over 100,000 fans, it's a living testament to over 9 decades of sporting history and architectural brilliance. From its humble beginnings in the 1920s to its renovations in the modern era, this stadium has redefined what it means to be a centerpiece of college football. Michigan Stadium evolved through decades of renovations to maintain its status as a premier sports venue. From its ambitious beginnings to transformative upgrades that kept it ahead of the competition, this is the story of how the Big House became an enduring icon of college football. In the roaring 1920s, college football was on the rise, and the University of Michigan was at the forefront of this cultural shift. Ferry Field, the university's existing football venue, was struggling to meet the demands of the growing fan base, with crowds often exceeding its capacity. But the university knew that simply expanding Ferry Field wouldn't solve the long-term problem. Therefore, Fielding H. Yost, the university's athletic director, proposed an ambitious vision, a stadium so grand it would rival ancient coliseums in size and impact. Initially, the university explored building the stadium closer to the campus core or even reconfiguring Ferry Field. But Ferry Field's limited space and growing demand for seating capacity quickly ruled it out. Therefore, the final choice was a former cow pasture on the outskirts of Ann Arbor. The new location offered expansive open land, perfect for building a massive stadium with room for future growth, reduced property costs, and less congestion on game days. Securing the funding for such an ambitious project, however, was no easy task. The estimated budget of $950,000, equivalent to nearly $15 million today, required a combination of innovative financial strategies. But economic uncertainty in the 1920s made this a risky endeavor, and skeptics doubted its feasibility. Therefore, the university turned to public bonds and ticket sales, fostering a sense of shared ownership among alumni and the community. The vision for Michigan Stadium was ambitious, but Yost additionally insisted on a forward-thinking design, ensuring the stadium's foundations were exceptionally deep and robust to allow for future expansions.
The reason this stadium exists in Ann Arbor, I think, is that Yost was not intimidated by this debate. He was not intimidated by the faculty. He was not intimidated by the regents. He was willing to take them on their own ground and defend what he felt was an appropriate university pursuit.
Therefore, the stadium was built with structural reinforcements and pre-planned anchor points, ensuring it could grow to exceed 100,000 seats with minimal disruption. The stadium featured 44 rows of seating, all carefully arranged to provide unobstructed views of the field. Each seat was a wooden bench, painted in Michigan's iconic maize and blue colors, creating a vivid visual impact on game days. The field was measuring 360 by 160 feet and surrounded by a carefully landscaped perimeter. The sidelines featured space for team benches and coaches. Unique for its time, the stadium also included lighting systems for nighttime security and an innovative drainage system to prevent waterlogging on the field. By October 1, 1927, Michigan Stadium opened its gates to a sold-out crowd. Despite its vast size, the stadium was designed to evoke a sense of intimacy, with every fan feeling close to the action. The crowd marveled at the stadium's sheer scale, particularly the massive press box, which was equipped with radio facilities, a novelty in the 1920s. The original capacity of 72,000 seats, though impressive, was only the beginning. Beneath the stands, the stadium housed locker rooms, training facilities, and equipment storage, making it a true all-in-one sports venue. The early years saw steady attendance growth, aided by the university's dominant football program. Fans traveled from all corners of the state, forging a strong connection between the team and its community. The nickname, the Big House, would emerge years later, coined by local media to reflect its enormity and importance. But as the years went on, it became clear that the stadium's original capacity wouldn't be enough to satisfy the growing fan base. How did this bold vision evolve as football fever continued to sweep the nation? The answer lies in the next chapter. As Michigan Stadium opened its gates in 1927, It was clear that the university had built something extraordinary. But as college football's popularity exploded, even this massive venue couldn't keep pace with the demand for seats. Therefore, the university faced a pivotal question. How could it expand without losing the stadium's unique character? Over the following decades, Michigan Stadium became a testament to this balancing act. The expansions, though essential, required careful planning and creative solutions. The first major expansion occurred in 1949 under the leadership of athletic director Fritz Chrysler. Securing funding for this project was no small feat. The university required $375,000, equivalent to over $4 million today, for the installation of steel stands, boosting capacity to 97,239. This funding was achieved through a combination of ticket sales, athletic department revenues, and alumni donations. The expansion also had logistical challenges. The construction team had to widen aisles, enhance exits, and improve restrooms to safely accommodate the larger crowds. Despite these hurdles, the project was completed successfully, and fans welcomed the additional seating, cementing Michigan Stadium's reputation as a hub for college football enthusiasts. The 1956 renovations marked a pivotal moment in the stadium's history, pushing its capacity past the symbolic 100,000 mark. The stadium was expanded to surpass a capacity of 100,000 seats for the first time. Officially, the new capacity was listed as 101,001, with the extra seat being symbolic and often attributed to the university president, or as a way to signify that there was always room for one more fan. The addition of a new press box and communication center reflected the evolving needs of media and technology, ensuring that Michigan Stadium remained a leader in collegiate sports venues. But critics raised concerns about escalating costs, as ticket prices once again increased to fund the upgrades. Therefore, the enhancements had to elevate the fan experience and justify the cost. With these renovations, the Michigan Stadium became one of the largest stadiums in the world. At the time, only the Maracana Stadium in Brazil and the Melbourne Cricket Ground in Australia were larger. But not all future changes were met with enthusiasm. Therefore, a particularly controversial decision in 1969 created a deep divide among fans and alumni. What was this divisive decision, and what other bold improvements reshaped the Big House? Find out next. In 1969, the university made the controversial decision to replace the natural grass with artificial turf. The natural grass field required constant maintenance, which became increasingly impractical as attendance surged. But while some fans lamented the loss of tradition, the new surface proved to be cost-effective and durable, therefore reducing maintenance costs and improving game day operations. But another problem was weather conditions. Harsh Michigan winters often disrupted games, and that initiated discussions about the implementation of a heated field system. This system used underground heating coils to prevent freezing and seemed like the perfect solution. Therefore, it was incorporated in 1991, ensuring games could proceed regardless of the weather. At the same time, Michigan Stadium made yet another drastic change. The artificial turf was replaced with natural grass, responding to player preferences and advancements in technology that allowed for better maintenance of natural surfaces. But maintaining natural grass remained a challenge, especially under the strain of harsh Michigan winters and heavy use. Therefore, in 2003, artificial turf returned with modernized materials that better mimic the look and feel of natural grass, offering a balance between tradition and practicality. In 1998, the stadium was expanded by adding approximately 5,000 seats, bringing the official capacity to 107,501. But this wasn't just about increasing numbers, it was about maintaining Michigan Stadium's status as a premier venue. Therefore, the expanded stadium made its grand debut on September 12, 1998, shattering attendance records with an astonishing crowd of 111,012 fans. Further improvements included new scoreboards designed to provide better visibility for fans. 2 large video scoreboards were installed at the north and south ends of the stadium. These scoreboards measured approximately 40 feet in height and 78 feet in width, each nearly as tall as a 4-story building and as wide as a standard basketball court. They featured color video screens, offering better resolution than a typical home television at the time. But unlike other stadiums, Michigan chose to forego commercial advertising on these screens. Therefore, the focus remained on the game and the university, reinforcing its commitment to tradition and the fan experience.
I actually think the people downtown heard more noise than the people on the 50-yard line because of the way the sound spread from the bowl. And we were told that based on the design that we have here, we should be able to generate about 30% more noise.
Yet, as the 21st century approached, Michigan Stadium faced mounting pressure to remain competitive on a national scale. Could it retain its iconic status while meeting the expectations of a modern fan base? The answer came in the form of its most ambitious renovation yet. By the early 2000s, Michigan Stadium had become an icon, but its aging infrastructure struggled to meet modern demands. But preserving its historic charm while introducing modern amenities was no small feat. Therefore, Bill Martin, the university's athletic director, spearheaded a $226 million renovation project to transform the Big House. The $226 million project, one of the largest investments in collegiate sports infrastructure, was funded through private donations and athletic department revenues. A significant portion came from premium seating sales, while alumnus Stephen M. Ross contributed $5 million. But despite this support, the project faced opposition. Critics worried about disruptions to home games and preservation of the stadium's historic character. Therefore, the renovations were carefully designed to maintain its character while enhancing the fan experience.
Here, it's not a clash of the old and the new. It's still the Big House. It's just a bigger and better Big House.
Construction began in 2007, meticulously scheduled to avoid interfering with game days. The project expanded the stadium's capacity to 109,901, further solidifying its status as the largest stadium in the United States. Two new masonry structures on the east and west sides added 83 luxury suites and 3,000 club seats, generating substantial revenue. Standing 10 feet taller than the original scoreboards, these structures blended seamlessly with the stadium's historic aesthetic, incorporating brick facades and classic design elements. The renovation prioritized accessibility, introducing seating for fans with impaired mobility and ensuring compliance with modern standards. Expanded restrooms reduced wait times, and updated amenities provided a vastly improved fan experience. From seamless ticketing systems to better traffic flow around the stadium, every aspect of the renovation aimed to elevate the game day experience. By the time construction concluded in 2010, Michigan Stadium had been transformed into a modern marvel while retaining its historic charm. But the enhancements didn't stop there. Therefore, in 2011, engineers installed two state-of-the-art high-definition video boards at Michigan Stadium, each measuring approximately 4,000 square feet, nearly the size of a standard basketball court, which is 4,700 square feet. New LED screens delivered exceptionally clear and vibrant displays. At the time, these were among the largest and most advanced video boards in college sports, though smaller than the colossal screens at Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, and Arizona Stadium. This renovation of Michigan Stadium also marked a turning point in sustainability, with upgrades including energy-efficient building designs and low-flow plumbing fixtures to reduce water consumption. Michigan Athletics later introduced a zero-waste program, aiming to divert 90% of waste from landfills through recycling and composting efforts during home games. These initiatives reflect the university's commitment to environmentally responsible practices. Michigan Stadium's journey from a bold vision in 1927 to the largest stadium in the United States is a testament to the enduring spirit of the University of Michigan. Its story is one of resilience, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. But its legacy is not just about its capacity or grandeur. It's about the memories created within its walls, the challenges overcome, and the community it continues to inspire. Ready to be amazed by the next groundbreaking construction project? Click on the video now and dive into a world where engineering and imagination collide. See you there.